Do does not exist. What God cannot do does not exist. I am Ola from the United Kingdom. I joined NSPPD since February 2021. I want to share this testimony on behalf of my wife. I'll try to summarize as quick as possible. It's been over a year now since an incident happened at my wife's place of work, whereby after the incident was escalated to the hospital, the resident eventually gave up the ghost 2 days after, and staff members were called upon to give their testament, and 2 people actually testified against my wife, making it seem like she had done something outside the ordinary, whereas that was not actually the case of what happened. But the way they wrote the testament, anybody would have believed. And the case went on to court and on and on and on. And sometimes this year, after the final court proceeding was done, the court then ordered the company to carry out actions and get back to the court regarding whatever action will be taken. And whilst that incident actually happened, my wife was heavily pregnant. She was about 2.5, 3 weeks to delivery. And at the same time, after the court case, the company was meant to start another internal investigation. And then on July the 6th, because this is something that has always brought sorrow to the family, we were not happy about what was going on. We kept praying. And then July the 6th, Pastor Jerry mentioned, and he said, there is somebody, you are implicated in a murder case. It is so bad that they have testified against you. In what will shock everybody, receive your freedom.
You are implicated in a murder case you know nothing about. You have been implicated in a murder case you know nothing about. It is so bad that people have testified against you. They have testified against you. You have been calling on the name of God, and you're saying, Lord, save me. Lord, save me. Lord, save me. Your deliverer has come. In what will shock everybody. In what will shock everybody. In what will shock everybody. Receive your freedom.
And the moment I saw that, I screen recorded the clip, sent it to my wife, because I knew she would be at work and she would not be able to listen that very morning. So I sent her the clip, and we kept on using that as our prayer, and we kept saying, Pastor Jerry has already mentioned it, God has settled it, we know it is done. So on the day the internal investigation was going to take place, after the internal investigation was rounded up, we were supposed to get a feedback in about a week after the investigation. But to our surprise, few minutes after the internal investigation with the company was concluded, we got an email from the licensing body here in the UK stating that the incident had already even been reported. We did not know it had been reported, but it has already been reported in the licensing body. And the painful side of this is that while my wife was working and when that incident happened, she had not even had a license. She had not even qualified for that phase of her career, you know. But for some reason, they decided to still try to report her based on, I don't know why they did that, but that was done, and we kept praying. We did not know. So when we got the email just said this case has been reported, and we have checked and we find nothing against you, carry on with your work. Exactly like Pastor Jerry said it, because it really shocked us, and we received our freedom in a shocking way, because 1, we did not know it was reported. 2, we did not know the case was already with the licensing company 2 weeks before the internal investigation commenced, which usually should not be the case. The case should usually be after internal investigation. If they then find a reason to push further to the licensing authority, then they will do that. But rather, in this case, they did the licensing body first before the internal investigation. But we thank God that in a way that it shocked everybody, including the company, my wife was granted freedom, total freedom, and she is now free to continue practicing in her job. I want to give God the glory I want to thank God that sees us. I want to say thank you, Pastor Jerry, for always waking up daily. Sometimes we wake up, we sleep while we are praying, but you are always awake daily. I pray that the good Lord Almighty will continue to bless you all, strengthen you, keep you, bless your home, bless your families in the name of Jesus. Once again, I say what God cannot do does not exist. We dey pray, it dey show.